So if you've stumbled across this video, luck is really in your favor, because I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can go about making your first $1,000, even if you're completely broke, online. It doesn't matter if you're an expert, it doesn't matter if you've got any testimonials, past skills or anything like that. I'm going to show you exactly how you can go about doing this, even if you're a nobody online, got 0 followers, 0 influence, 0 business acumen or anything like that. I'm going to show you exactly how you can go about making your first $1,000 in about 2 weeks flat if you actually stick through this video. Now, I'm not going to make this video crazily over edited. I want to do it raw off the top of my head, because I want to weed out all of the kids that can't even focus for more than 3 seconds without a flashing animation. This is not Looney Tunes. We're not here to watch Looney Tunes. This is not Peppa Pig. If you want to go and watch flashy animations and stuff like that, go and watch Cartoon Network, right? This is real business. I'm going to make this the most profitable video you ever watch on YouTube. It's going to set off some real thought processes in your brain that if you take this stuff seriously, you can literally free your entire self and your family. I'm not joking. What I'm about to show you is the most common path to becoming a millionaire. I'm not joking. Look at every single one of your favorite gurus online. Don't listen to what they say, watch what they do, and you will understand why this business model is better than IPGA, growth operating, SMA, doing all these other crazy, becoming a copywriter. Forget all of that. I'm telling you, forget all of that. Those are good skills to pick up, but if you want to go long term, become a millionaire, multi-millionaire, 10 million, you'll notice that pretty much every guru across the board has followed this exact same system. So if you can't focus for more than 3 seconds, you might as well X off this video right now. This is not Peppa Pig. This is not Cartoon Network. This is not Netflix. Go and watch Netflix if you want that dopamine hit. That's what you guys are addicted to. You're addicted to the flashy animations. You can't even sit down and focus. Your brain's fried. The same people are talking about being disciplined are using these crazy, elaborate, friggin' animations to get you to focus, because you can't even focus, which in turn is frying your dopamine receptors. You guys are not seeing this. How are you not seeing this? By doing it raw, it's gonna filter out all those kids that need animations flashing in their face every 3 seconds. So let's jump into this. How to make your first $1,000 online in 2 weeks flat, even if you're a nobody online, you've got no skills, no nothing. So I'm just gonna give you some proof real quick. Here is a student of mine called Adam. Came into my program, started helping him one-to-one. He was doing the whole SMA thing for 6 months, closed 0 clients. Did cold outreach, did all the conventional wisdom that all these big gurus tell you to do. Cold calls, cold outreach, cold DMs, cold this thing, cold that thing. Tried all of that, tried selling saturated services. None of it worked. Made $0 after 6 months. He came into my program. In 2 weeks, I basically made him switch from running an agency to running what you call an information synthesis business. Let me explain how this happened. He came to me and he said that he wanted to start a marketing agency and you know, scale the existing one that he already has. He picked a niche, which was hair transplant clinics, doing Facebook ads for them. I asked him, like, that's very random. Why did you even pick that? He said that realistically, he doesn't even know. He just did it because he wanted to make money, which I'm guessing most of you guys watching this right now are doing the same thing. You're offering some sort of like Facebook ads, AI stuff, copywriting, and you're just trying to force it down a niche's throat. And then you're looking for all these different weird niches that are untapped and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't exist. Just doesn't exist. All niches are tapped, all niches have saturation, all niches have competition. Not saying that that's a bad thing. Now, that being said, I did make him switch out from SMA to ISB. An ISB stands for an information synthesizer business. It's basically where you take what you already know and that you're just 2 steps ahead of somebody of, and then you just help them bridge the gap from where they're currently at, their A point, to their B point. You help them go from point A to point B. For example, this guy right here, Adam, he is good at flipping cars. Not the greatest, he's not an expert, he just knows how to flip cars. What I mean by flipping cars is he knows how to go onto Facebook Marketplace, he knows how to go onto eBay, Auto Trader over in the UK. He knows what cars to look for, how to buy the car at a discount, basically a bargain, how to then fix up the car, how to then sell the car on for profit, how to negotiate the deal. He knows all of that step by step. Now what he does is, and I taught him how to do this, I basically told him to create a 4-week program that you show complete beginners who don't even know what flipping cars are, how to do what you're doing and make a side income online, an additional $2 grand a month online. That's all you need to do. People right now, the economy is crazy. There are so many people right now that would literally love to be able to quit their job and go full time on just flipping cars, and all they really need over in the UK would be about 2.5K a month to live off of profit. He's been able to achieve that, and he knows how to achieve that by flipping cars. So I said to him, why don't you just take this skill that you already know, put it into a program and just give that to other people and help them go from not knowing how to flip a car to helping them going how to flip a car. That, by the way, is called information synthesis. It's where you take complex or hard to understand concepts or scattered information and you combine it into one thing that enables people to go from point A to point B in a step-by-step process. Now, let me give you a few names on who's doing this right now. Iman Gadzhi, Sam Ovens, Alex Becker. These are all people that you probably follow. Alex Hormozi. These are all people that you probably follow. They're all information synthesizers. They all got rich selling information in some way, shape, or form. Information synthesis comes in a lot of different shapes or forms. It comes in coaching, consulting, digital products, ebooks, that sort of stuff. Guess what? Every single one of those people do. They have either courses, consulting, digital products, digital downloads. You get the point. They've took what they know, figured out something for a specific niche which has a need. They figured out how to solve that need, and then they've sold that method to that particular niche. They don't offer crazy one-to-one services, although they may have started there. They now went on to mass produce and sell information. They became information synthesizers. And when they became information synthesizers, that's when they started to become millionaires, multi-millionaires. Alex Becker, for example, literally sold a software company for $100 million. I don't know anybody right now on this YouTube space that's talking about their agency's worth or they've been able to sell their agency for $100 million. I just don't. I just genuinely don't. I know people though, and there's many people, even the king of SMMA right now has shut down his frigging agency to go all in on Educate, which is his information synthesizer business. The reason for that is because he knows it's much more scalable, it's much more profitable, and it's a better business model overall. You have more fun, you make more profit, it's more fulfilling, and you put an actual dent in humanity. You will just make more money doing this. So here's what Adam's done. He's moved from SMMA, reluctantly by the way. Don't know what it is with everybody, but they're so sold into to SMMA because they've been watching these gurus for years. Got nowhere with SMMA, switched to ISB, and he's closed 3 clients in literally 3 weeks. So here you go. Here's Adam right here. You can pause to read these, right? But I'm basically just gonna kind of quickly run over this. He closed his first ever client came to him through inbound. This is how crazy this is. He started a brand new TikTok page, no followers, not an expert, didn't really know what to post, wasn't an expert, super, kind of scared, I would say, of being judged to put his face out there on camera, right? So he starts a brand new TikTok page, starts posting organically about flipping cars, everything you need to do about flipping cars, basically just giving away the farm, just giving away a bunch of information that he knows about flipping cars, right? 2 weeks after, got a client message him inbound. I believe the actual message is here. As you can see, it says Salam Alaikum. This guy is basically saying, how much do you charge for your course? And he says, I have no course, I'm only offering one-to-one. This guy then literally said, I'll jump on your program right now, without even jumping on a call with this person, by the way. Imagine this. Imagine you go from struggling to build an SMA, doing all this cold outreach for 6 months. You get 0 clients, 0 sales calls. And even when you do get sales calls, they're horrible and they're cold. To switching into ISB, right? And this guy literally gets a DM, inbound DM from someone saying, hey brother, how much is your course? And you literally say, I don't have a course, but I do have one-on-one. And they instantly say, okay, I'll jump into it. How much is it? This guy then says it's £500. The guy wires him for £400 and then another £100. Here's the craziest thing. This particular client that my student got didn't even get on a call with the guy. He wanted to buy immediately. So Adam got an inbound DM from a prospect, and the prospect said, I'll just buy the program right now without even having a sales call. No sales call. Didn't even have a sales call, and it didn't even have a Stripe account set up. I don't think you understand what I'm trying to say here. That is so crazy, it's ridiculous. The client came to Adam with his credit card out saying, I will buy this right now. Adam's like, oh shit, I don't even have a Stripe account set up. So he ends up having to wire Adam the money because he doesn't even have a way to take payments. That's how quick he was able to switch his business from 6 months of struggling to 2 weeks of posting on TikTok, and now he's already got his first client. Imagine that's how you got your first client. That is literally insane. By the way, to be fair, I did get my first client like that. It took me 33 days of posting on LinkedIn to get my first inbound client. Happened in a very similar way. Inbound came to me. They booked in a call on my calendar, jumped on a call. Easiest close I've ever had in my entire life. You're gonna notice this as a trend as we go through some of these. So the prospect wanted to buy immediately. Adam didn't even have a friggin' Stripe account set up, but as you can see, you can pause to read some of these here. Here's Adam again. The very next day, with his second client. I'm not joking. First 2 weeks posting on TikTok, brand new account, literally just brand new account, absolutely just from scratch, 0 followers. Started posting, 2 weeks into posting, closed his first client. The very next day, he messages me saying, guess what? Just closed a second client this morning for another £500. So this guy made £1,000, which is about 1.2K, 1.3K US dollars in 2 days. Well, technically it was 24 hours, but you know, less than 24 hours, to be honest with you. So as you can see, this time he basically said, I jumped on a call and he watched basically one of the modules that he got inside of Agent Transmutation that shows you how to set up the payments, one of the old programs I used to have. And he said that he was able to set up his Stripe account finally. And as you can see, he got his very first Stripe payment of £500 right there. You can see invoice 1001. So this time he actually set up and was able to set up his Stripe account really quickly. So he took the call, closed the client, and said, I'm going to send you over the invoice after the call, which was a little bit risky to be fair, but he wanted to set up his Stripe account. Then he sent his Stripe link, like the actual payment link, the invoice should I say, and the client actually paid that for £500, paid in full, which is crazy because that was their very next day. So let's review what's happened. So that's client number 2. Again, organically came inbound. That's 2 clients that have come inbound to Adam. This was the very next morning after the first client. He had a sales call with this particular person, but there was no objection whatsoever. There was literally no objections. Still didn't have a Stripe account set up, but he quickly made one that time, and a prospect basically wanted to buy immediately. Ding, 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 pattern starting to emerge. You post content about a skill that you have, you get inbound clients, they want to join without you chasing them. Interesting. So he continued to do what he was doing. This time he took the $1,000 or £1,000, excuse me, which is like 1.2K, 1.3K, and he started to run ads on TikTok. So he started running ads on TikTok, and here's what happened. He closed his third client the very next week, which was only a couple days ago from when I'm recording this right now. So this is actually like this week, I believe it was, or like 6 days ago, whenever it was. So as you can see, he said another £500 client, and he has 3 clients right now. And here's the craziest thing about this, right? I put, bro, I feel like crying. You've honestly listened and took this seriously. I'm so proud of you. Of course, bro, I would have never thought of this if it wasn't for you. And I put to him, and this is, I need you to understand this bit. I put to him, you can't tell me that this isn't 100% better than running an agency. This guy said it's 1,000,000 times better than running an agency. And here's the reason why. Adam right now, he's just getting paid to teach what he knows. All he's doing is a 4-week program where he basically jumps on a call with these clients and he explains how to flip a car. So he already knows what he's talking about. This is the thing, he was trying to run an agency before, but he felt like he was pretending to do something he's never done before. Like he actually sent me a voice note saying, Montel, whenever it comes to trying to build a personal brand around my agency, it's like I get stuck making content because I just don't know enough about Facebook ads for hair transplant clinics. And I was like, why are you trying to pretend to be somebody you're not? That's when you get stuck at creating content. Just create content around the things that you're good at. What are you good at? He then explained to me that he's actually good at flipping cars and he actually knows how to flip a car or two. And I was like, bro, that's it. That is your niche. People out here want to know how to flip cars. There are people out there that would love to learn how to flip cars, but they just don't know how to get started, or you know, they just want somebody to kind of like guide them. They want that accountability as well. So I said, why don't you put together a 4-week program, start producing content around flipping cars? This guy immediately went from struggling to come up with content ideas. He just didn't know what to say on camera. He was struggling to create content. He didn't even know how to come up with content ideas, didn't know what to talk about. I said, just talk about the things that you already know. As soon as that happened, and as soon as he got that confirmation from me, which sounds obvious that you should be making content around the things that you already know, right? As soon as he did that, the whole game changed for him. He immediately started making a bunch of content, right? Like 1 post per day, 1 post every other day, but it was flowing for him. He knows what he's talking about. He knows the ins and out of car flipping because he just does car flipping. That's just his spiel, if you will. He just knows what he's doing. So the third client came inbound through ads this time. So he ran ads on TikTok, closed his first client through his very first client through ads. His third client was his first client through ads, which is absolutely insane. Do you know how long it took me to be in this game for, to be able to close my first client through paid ads? I don't think you understand the difference between organic and paid ads. I actually think it's more of a flex if you use paid ads than getting clients organically, because organic can be seen as like, oh, you kind of got a fluke. You kind of fluked it there. Like, you don't control the algorithm when you grow organically. You don't know how much views you're gonna get when you start posting content. But when it comes to running ads, you control down to the pence and penny how much you're paying for a lead, what the cost per lead is, what the cost per book call is. You can track everything, and because you can track everything and it's paid ads and a paid attention, you can control that attention by increasing or decreasing your ad spend. So if you want more attention, more clients, more book calls, you just increase your ad spend by pressing like 6 clicks. Go into the business ads manager or whatever the TikTok ads manager is even called. I just taught him the strategy. He just went and implemented it on TikTok. It's the same strategy. Increase the ad spend, and then boom, all of a sudden you got more attention, more leads, more calls, more clients. That's the beauty about running paid ads. Well, my first ever paid client that I got through paid ads only came to me back in 2023, and I've been in this game since 2018. So this guy is achieving things that took me like almost 6 years to achieve in his first 3 weeks. How insane is that? How literally insane is that? And again, the prospect didn't have any objections on a sales call. The prospect wanted to buy immediately. Ding, ding, ding. There's a pattern going on here. It seems like, I don't know, I'm not too much of a genius, but you tell me, it seems like when clients come inbound to you, the sales calls get easier, they actually want to buy, and they see you as a valuable person because you have the authority and the social proof, and basically you own and you're in this position of power. Instead of when you try to do cold outreach and get on a call with somebody, even when cold outreach does work, which it rarely does, you get on a call with somebody, the call is completely cold. They don't know, like, or trust you. I have a voice note from Adam explaining that the client that came through his ad saw the ad on that same day, clicked onto his profile, and then binged his organic content, which is what the strategy is all about. He actually says, Adam literally says, it's exactly how you said it, Montel. They saw my ad, they clicked onto my profile to see who I was about. They went through all of my organic content and they binge watched my content on TikTok. They then sent me a DM, got on a call with me, and I closed them that very same day. Saw the ad on day one, closed on day one. That's the power of advertising, and that's the power of what I like to call the cross-pollination funnel, which I'll get into in another video. Here's what just happened last night. I am not joking, not even 12 hours ago from recording this video that you're watching right now. Here is Vin. He says, I just closed my first ever $500 coaching client ever. All he's doing is he's got a 4-week program where he's teaching martial arts coaches how to scale their business. So he's teaching them, instead of doing Facebook ads for them, he's going to teach them the Facebook ad stuff, the actual how to build a funnel and how to scale their actual coaching business. So that's his blue ocean offer right now, and he's absolutely killing it. He's only been in this game for maybe a couple of weeks. Take a listen to what he said. There was no objections at all. Again, here's a pattern. No objections. Isn't that weird? He said that he was happy that I reached out to him and he thanked me for it. That's very different from doing cold outreach, isn't it? This is why we don't do cold outreach. Cold outreach sucks, guys. I'm telling you right now, cold outreach will keep you broke. So I put huge congratulations, my brother. Was this a new follower from your ad that you reached out to? So the way how we run ads is we run ads to generate new followers, new inbound leads, so they can see our middle of funnel content, right? These new followers then get reached out to by either us or an appointment setter that we place on our team, right? Very simple strategy. So this guy put, Vin said, yes, but I didn't reach out to him until 3 days after he followed me. So the aim here is whenever somebody drops you a follow, you obviously reach out to them, ask them about their business, see if you can actually help them. And that's genuinely what you want to do, is have a normal conversation with people. And he put, it's crazy how the lead is still hot. Basically saying that, after 3 days, the lead was still completely hot. The only problem is with this strategy is that you have to message too many people. Here's the greatest thing about this strategy. The problem you're gonna have is that you're gonna have too many leads to reach out to. It's not gonna be a lack of leads. You're gonna have too many leads to the point where I said, I told you this shit works, my bro, and haha, true, my bro. The next step is hiring an appointment setter, which by the way, I have a list of like 115 appointment setters. So if you do wanna join the program or whatever it is, I'll literally give you a vetted appointment setter that you can work with straight away. But as you can see, Vin only has 359 followers on his Instagram. So he's doing this right now with 359 followers. So that proves to me, and I actually put it in the chat, Vin, send me your, I actually put, Vin and Adam, can you send me your profiles so that I can prove a point in my next YouTube video that you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to have thousands of followers. You don't need to have a huge personal brand. You don't need to be Instagram famous or TikTok famous. And you don't need to be pulling in millions of views to make your first $1,000 to $10,000 online. And this again was just last night. He switched from SMA to ISB. First ever coaching client, not an expert. In fact, he's actually building out his program right now, his 4-week program. It's just 4 calls, 1 call per week on Zoom. That's his service delivery and it's done. Super simple. And here's the craziest thing. He will actually get his clients more results with that than if he was to run Facebook ads for his clients. And I'm not even joking. It's the same thing with that saying. If you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. I'm starting to realize that running an agency is like the medical industry. You see, what the medical industry does is they will prescribe you with medicine that covers up your actual disease and covers up the symptoms, but doesn't actually cure the disease so that you keep coming back for more. That's what I've noticed what agencies do. They actually just solve the problem on a monthly basis, but they don't solve it indefinitely because they want that reoccurring monthly fee, which I can kind of understand if you're a business owner because that's kind of smart. But then when you get into the ethics of that, it's not really that great. If you think about it, it's literally like the medical industry. They keep you sick whilst covering up your symptoms with medicine, but don't actually cure the root problem. When it comes to this ISB stuff, you're curing the root problem, which is why you can charge more. You know, these students are just beginning, so they're eventually gonna start charging more. I charged, when I first got into this, $50. It was actually £50 for my first ever one-off coaching call. Didn't know what I was doing. Took me a while to get up to $500. These did it on their first client. So these guys are gonna go on to build a 10K, 20K, 30K, probably even 50K per month business. I have no doubt whatsoever. Especially when you start seeing the numbers behind what's going on in these ads as well and how many people you can reach with ads per day. I'm not joking, like $15 per day with an ad can reach like 1,000 people a day. When was the last time you did 1,000 outreach in a day, 1,000 cold calls in a day, and then sustained that for 3 months straight? You haven't. Ads, you set them, forget them, they run for 3 to 6 months, all automated. It's amazing, it's an amazing strategy. So again, here's Vin. Take a look at how many followers he's got. He's got 359 followers. Adam, I believe, actually has 822 followers on TikTok, and he only has 232 followers on Instagram. These are his actual pages, by the way. And these pages alone are probably gonna make him, and have made him, more money in the last 2 weeks than he has with SMA in the last 6 months, guys. So no, you don't have to be an expert, you don't have to be famous or anything like that. Now, with that being said, I actually want to show you why you will make more money, have more fun, and have more impact on humanity if you build an information synthesizer business. And if you don't believe me, right, it's not just me who's noticed this. Here are a few names right now in the game that you can go and Google right now if you don't believe me. They're all are building information synthesizer businesses. Here's Iman Gaji. We all know he closed down his agency. Now he's making probably ridiculous amounts of money. I don't even know how much. I believe rumor has it that he made $4 million in like 26 hours or something crazy like that, which is absolutely insane. The guy's now worth anywhere between 50 to 80 million dollars, I believe it is, actually more than this. We've got Jordan Welsh. He's gone all in on his personal brand. Alex Hormozi, he's tripled his business, literally. Tripled his business. Go watch his webinar that he did when he released his new book. You will literally hear him that he said that when he started creating content and building a personal brand, tripled his business. Alex Becker built a $100 million software company and sold it for a $100 million exit, all through ISB. Remember, Alex Becker used to sell digital programs on dropshipping and marketing. That's how he built his foundations up to then go on to build a software company, probably use a lot of that early money to go and build the software company. It's not cheap stuff. Sam Ovens, he's literally the godfather of this. He was on Forbes 30 under 30. Now he's the owner of School. He literally is the leader of all this ISB stuff, quite literally. He's like the godfather. Ali Abdal used to be a doctor. Now he makes $5.7 million a year through ISB. Grant Cardone, net worth of $600 million. Tony Robbins, $750 million net worth. Russell Brunson, very smart, but he is an information synthesizer. He just upsells you ClickFunnels. So he'll sell you a program on how to build a funnel, but then he will recommend using ClickFunnels to build that funnel. Very smart way, but if you actually break it down, he's an information synthesizer. These guys, every single one of them got rich through ISB. every single one of them. Why are you not doing this? That's the point. And here's the problem, right? I'm seeing, before I exit out of this video, here's the problem I'm seeing with agencies specifically in 2024. When it comes to agencies, right? They're saturated, the services are commoditized, and you're replaceable pretty much at any moment in time. You have limited scalability. You become a slave to your clients, even when you outsource the work. It really is. Believe me, I've been there where I've run an agency doing more than 10 grand a month. And I also had a coaching business doing more than 10 grand a month. And I'm telling you, the coaching stuff felt more fulfilling. I was happier, less stress, more freedom, better results. I am not even joking. There's something weird about coaching. Every single person I've spoke to about it says the same thing about ISB. By the way, coaching is just a form of ISB. It's one of many forms. You lose clients after 1 to 2 months with agencies. Ultimately, you're pretending to know a service and then outsourcing it to a media buyer, so it doesn't really feel great in the back of your mind. You're categorized as just another service provider, which instantly leads to death. As soon as you mention the words, oh, we're an agency, it's a huge turnoff to everybody because they keep getting cold outreach by a bunch of dudes that are Iman Gadzhi fans in their bedrooms. You categorize instantly as a service provider, so they just don't take you seriously. It's a short-term solution for a long-term problem. You constantly have to chase clients, which is cold outreach, which is a very short-term solution for a long-term problem. As soon as you turn outreach off, it's done. You don't grow. Whereas building a personal brand, it grows over time. Look at Tony Robbins, look at Grant Cardone, look at the size of their personal brands. Do you think they ever need to do cold calls ever again? Come on, guys. When you scale an agency, I've noticed that your profit margins drop really quickly because you have to have a bunch of media buyers and service providers. It just genuinely is. The only people I know, and this is the craziest thing, the only people I know doing like 100K plus with their agencies all have like personal brands or run ads, or they offer coaching or services to other agency owners. They're an agency that runs ads to other agency owners. Those are the only agencies I'm seeing right now that are making like 250 grand a month. Whereas there's many people. I can literally name you a dude right now, Richard Cooper. He's making like 350 grand a month helping men be more masculine. What the fuck? The people in Dubai, like a woman in Dubai making like it's actually 17K a month teaching people how to knit clothes, guys. See how crazy that is? This is how ISB solves all of these. When it comes to your services, you don't sell services, you sell unique solutions and transformations. People don't want services, they want the outcome of the service. They want the transformation. So to sell them that, when it comes to you as a person, because there's only one you and you are the business, you're irreplaceable. There is no 2 Montel Gordons that are talking about ISB right now. There just isn't. Not with the same life experience, the same angle, the same perspective on all of this stuff. For example, even when I was selling a program, Age Transformation, for example, on SMA, how to build an SMA, there are many people that resonated with Iman Gadzhi more, went and bought his program versus me, and vice versa. That's because people buy people and there's no two of you. So when you become the business, you are irreplaceable because there's no two you. Unlimited scalability, I found, due to the distribution model of the information. If you sell low ticket digital products or high ticket digital products, you've got unlimited scalability, excuse me. You can sell 1,000 freaking courses in a day if you want to do the course route. Don't really recommend going course route straight away. Start with one-to-one. There's zero pressure to perform each month. There's zero client work. I've had like 9 refunds in total for my first ever digital product. Like 9 actual refunds. Probably a little bit more than that in terms of total refunds. But when I break down 9 refunds of people that were actually upset with my program and just didn't like it, it's probably like 9 people out of like, I think it's like 832 people. That's 1.09% people that actually said they didn't like my program and wanted a refund because they didn't like my program. The rest were just like, oh, it's not right time for me. Or it's just like, oh, I just don't have the money to keep up with the Upwork Connects. It's crazy stuff. You only teach what you know. For example, a woman is literally making 17 grand a month teaching how to knit. I know another dude that's literally teaching how to overcome alcohol addiction and he's making just under 100 grand a month. How crazy is that? You cannot be categorized because there's no two people that share the same life experience as you. There's no two yous. It's long-term thinking and it's a long-term solution to long-term problems. I've never cold or cold DM'd anybody or anything like that to sell any sort of information product at all. I use controllable ads and organic content. So it's ads to organic content. And if I want more clients, I just increase my ad spend. I scaled, for example, just under, I think it was just under 73K in a month. Yeah, it was just under 73K in a month in 32 days flat and retained 89% profit. It's a one-person business. There's only me and a video editor in my business right now, and one appointment setter. That's it. One just brought him on as well. Agencies seem to cap out as well, what I've noticed, at like 50K a month, and then the people that are running these agencies at 50K per month, they all just decide to go into ISB anyway. They all just go, oh, I don't want to run an agency no more, I'm just going to do the whole coaching thing, which is an ISB, by the way. You can see why. People get burnt out. Look at everybody you look up to. Why is it that if they built such a good agency, that they stop the agency and go into ISB? Think for yourself, guys. Think for yourself is what I'm trying to say. And here's the paradox of practice. Here's what I've noticed, right? There's a lot of gurus, right? And they use this strategy called the paradox of practice, which is a concept that involves doing something completely different from what they preach. Let me give you an example. Guru A, I'm not going to mention any names, will advise you to start a marketing agency, right? And do a bunch of cold outreach to get clients, while simultaneously running ads. They'll be running ads and producing content to get inbound clients to sell digital products or sell affiliate marketing or sell coaching, which is the direct opposite of what you're doing. Let me give you an actual real life example. Just go to YouTube right now and type in how to do cold calls for SMA, and go and look at how many views those videos are getting. Here's some right now. How I book 3 to 5 meetings a day doing cold calling SMA. That's got literally 686,000 views. I'm not joking. I'll actually do the maths for you, right? Even if, right? Let me actually go do the maths. This is what you're doing. You're doing one-to-one marketing like this. I'll leave this full case study explanation type training for you down below. But if you just took 3 minutes to do each cold call, right? To keep up with just that one YouTube video you just watched, that you just saw, and each cold call took you 3 minutes. If you do the maths, if you take 686,000 views, times it by 3 minutes, each cold call, so you can reach each person. What I'm doing here is I'm comparing the amount of reach on a YouTube video versus the reach on a cold call. And you'll see why this is stupid. You'll literally see, you'll never do cold calls after this again. It would literally take you 2,058 minutes of cold calling just to keep up with that one 15-minute YouTube video. I'm not joking, do the maths. To reach the same amount of people, because don't forget that when you produce a YouTube video and people watch, that's reach. You're reaching people with your marketing message inside that video. You know what I mean? So for you to reach the same amount of people, you've got to pick up and dial 686,000 different businesses just to keep up with that one YouTube video. And if each cold call took you 3 minutes to complete, you're looking at 2,058 minutes, which is 34,300 hours, which doesn't sound like a lot until you realize that's 1,429 days continuously without breaks, without taking a single second off, which equates to about 3.9 years of cold calling just to keep up with one YouTube video that took maybe this guy 2 hours to create. You see what's going on here? These dudes are making all these videos on how to scale your SMA with cold calls, getting hundreds of thousands of views, building their audience up, building their school communities, selling digital programs, getting inbound leads, building their brand, building their authority, building their email lists up, and then you're going out there and doing the direct opposite of what they're doing. Can you not see this, guys? So here's how I'm here to rectify that, guys. This is ISB. Honestly, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a long one. Click the link below. I'll leave a free training in this, but I hope I kind of brushed over and explained enough. I mean, if you honestly just want your screenshots to look like this, your Stripe screenshots to just look like this, where it's like you're making like 23K in 7 days, 40K in 14 days, 11K days, hitting like 28.5K in a week, 48K in 14 friggin' days. You've got like 18K back-to-back payments coming in like 4 different days. Friday 3.2K, Monday 2.8K, Tuesday the very next day 6.5K, the very next day after that 6.2K. These are all my screenshots on Stripe. Another 76K in 30 days, 132K in 60 days. You get the point, guys. 96K in 30 days, 153 grand in 60 days flat, 6.7K a day, 34 grand in 8 days flat. If you want your Stripe screenshots to look like some of these, I'm just gonna go through these. If you want your Stripe screenshots to look something like this, I personally would start an ISB, genuinely speaking. If you don't believe me, go and look at your favorite gurus right now. Go click around in their descriptions, see where it leads you. Bet you any money it leads back to an ISB business, not an agency, not a growth operating business. I bet you it results back to booking in a call with them so they can sell you something, which is ISB, or they've got a digital program. which again is ISB. My advice to you, start an ISB, stop listening to gurus, replicate what they're doing instead, build your own community, build yourself up, build a personal brand. If you want help with that or you want this free training, click the link below. It's down below. Probably the most important thing you watch this year. Anyway, guys, love you guys. Peace.